Hi everyone, we're going to find the value of c that makes the expression of a perfect square trinomial and then write the expression as a square of a binomial. So let me tell you what they're looking for. When they ask you for this, let's talk about what a square of a binomial is. That's when you have something like x plus 4 squared. And when you square that out, or let's just use a plus b squared. We know this equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Whoops, sorry about that. 2ab plus b squared. Or I could say this is a plus b times a plus b and FOIL it out. And you would get two of those. So that's, you should have learned in Algebra 1 before you started this. So in this case, this would be x squared plus 2 times 4 is 8. So this is 8x. And then 4 squared is 16. So what they're talking about is finding this number here. This is your c. Can you talk about ax squared plus bx plus c? So that's what they're looking for. They're looking for this expression, and you have to find c. And I have several examples. I have 8 that we can look at this. So they want to know what will make this expression a perfect square binomial. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our b, which is 6, and the formula is you take b over 2 and then you square it. So you take half of 6 and square it. So that's going to be 3 squared, and that's 9. So c equals 9. And that's the first step. You find the c, and basically what this means is you have x squared plus 6x plus 9, which is really, if you factor this out, it's x plus 3 times x plus 3. This is x plus 3 squared. So this is what they mean by finding a square of a binomial. They want you to write the expression like that. So what we do is we find the c, and then when we write this, we're only going to take half. We're only going to use this middle portion here. So let's go to the next one. What will make this a perfect square trinomial? So we take our b, divide it by 2, and square it. So that's b over 2 squared. So that's going to be 6 squared, which is 36. So c equals 36. That's the first step. The second step is just to write it as an expression of a square of a binomial, which is x. You take this piece here, plus, what's half of 12? 6. You put the 6 there. You're just taking the inner part here for that. Now, if you wrote this out twice, you don't have to do that part because they're basically done, and FOIL it out, you would get x squared plus 12x plus 36. Okay, but all they want is this and this. So the next one, we're going to find the c. So basically it's a plus c, so all I do is take this and take negative 4 over 2 and square it, which is 4. And c is always going to be positive. So our c equals 4. Now, for the square of binomial, you do x. You take the first operation, which is the operator, which is negative, and half of 4 is 2, and squared. That's part 2. And again, if you want to write it out and verify that, you can. The next one, we're going to take half of 8, or negative 8, and square it. So that's going to be 16, because when you square negative 4, it's going to be 16. So c is 16. We found that, which is going to make this x squared minus 8x plus 16. And now you're going to write it as a square of a binomial. So you can write x, take this whatever that is, minus, and what's half of 8? 4. You're taking this inner stuff. All right? So that was number 2. This was number 1. This one, we're going to do, this one's going to be a fraction, so don't get scared. we're going to take negative 3 over 2 squared, which equals 9/4. So that equals your C. And then we're just going to write x minus half of this. So half of 3 is 3/2 and square it. That's it. Next one, we're going to take half of 5, square it, which is 25 over 4. So that is C. And then we're just going to write x plus this part, 5/2 squared. And that should equal x squared plus 5x plus 25 over 4. Okay, but this is the part that they're asking for, these two parts right here. Here we have a fraction, so we're going to take negative 1/2 divided by 2 squared. All right, so that's going to be your C. Now, let me just do a little sideline here. Anytime you see something like that, that's really like saying negative 1/2 divided by 2. I can write that as 2 over 1, and which is negative 1/2 times 1 over 2. And that's going to equal negative 1 over 4. So all you have to do in the future, you can do this, as I call this 5th grade math or 4th grade math, is you just multiply those two. So basically we have negative 1/4 squared, which equals 1 over 16. So that equals your C. And then you're just going to write x minus this part, which is 1/4 squared. Always take whatever that is. That's the part that goes there. All right. This one, we need the C. So C is going to be negative 4/3 over 2 squared, which equals negative 4 over 6 squared. All I did was multiply these two, like I did in the other. So 3 times 2 is 6. I'm going to go ahead and reduce this. This is negative 2/3 squared, just to make it easier, which is 4/9. So C is 4/9, and then what you're going to do is just write this as x, and just take that part, minus 2/3 squared. So this is your C. This is your square binomial. And basically this would be x squared minus 4/3 x plus 4 over 9. Okay, the next one, and that's all. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is solve equations by completing the square. So this was just the introduction to solving. And that's all, and I hope you have a nice day.